Alright, welcome to another episode of the CCBA, yeah, Canadian College Basketball Association. Alright, this episode is gonna be a selection show, if you will, as we wait on the college basketball committee to pick the 4 teams that's going to be playing in the Atlantic East region of the Big Four championship series, which is the Canadian basketball tournament, big dance, whatever you want to call it. Anyway, so let's get to first selection is coming in on who's gonna make it to the big dance, if you will. And what we have here, let me see. All right, here we go. It's gonna be the 4th seed. It's gonna be Thunder Bay Steelers. They was one of those bubble team at 9-8. And they come in with a bunch of prospects. Dexter Williams, Sexton, Nickerson, Johnson, Knox. So they got a bunch of upcoming prospects for the upcoming draft. Sexton is the player who won the 6-man award during the regular season. And you have Jarvis here. Skeet, center. He was injured most of the year, so most likely he won't be playing. But like I said, they was 9-8 during the regular season. They had their big wins was over Western, St. Mary's, and Sherbrooke. If I'm saying that right. Their big losses was against Muncher Hall, Notre Dame, Mount Allison, and Humber. And as you can also see, they have with a couple of bad losses to some teams with losing records. So that got them at best a 4th seed. Now keep in mind, in the Atlantic East, all those games are going to be played in Muncher Hall, Quebec. And when we get down to the quote-unquote Big Four, aka the Final Four, that'll be played in Ottawa this season. Alright, so we're looking at the number 3 seed is now coming in. Let's see who we have here. I'm sorry. There's one thing I forgot with the Thunder Bay. I know we spend a lot of time on the prospects, but they got a couple of pretty good underclassmen here. King Miles. He is one of those high schoolers that seniors that's allowed to play in the college ranks. To get a head start on a college career. Smoot is a freshman. Zimmerman's a freshman, and Insanity. Oh boy, I like this guy. Andrew Insanity. Be on the lookout for this guy. He's a sophomore though. Alright. Now moving on to the number 3 pick. It just came through. Number 3 selection that is Mount Allison. The Mounties. They are one of those what you call they finished the season 10-7. Not what you would call one of the more elite records, but they only have like one prospect on this team. That's Edwards, and they're the rest of their main players are freshmen, really. Adams, Alexander, Scott, Dixon, And then you have Ford, who's a junior. So they're I think they're gonna be all right in seasons to come with all those many freshmen they got. Their big wins are against St. Mary's, Muncher Hall, and Thunder Bay. The big losses is against Notre Dame, Sherbrooke, Western, and Humber. And as you can see, they have a couple of big losses. Oh boy, for like the same two teams. You wonder why those teams didn't make it, or did they? All right. Well, they got losing records, so most likely they didn't make it. Anyway, moving on to the next team selection is going to be the number 2 seed in the Atlanta East. It's going to be Muncher Hall and Muncher Hall University. And Muncher Hall is also, I guess 10-7 is kind of like middle of the road, is it? Yeah, I guess. I'm not sure. I hadn't really thought about it. But 10-7 is their record. They have 4 prospects in the upcoming draft: Gates, Green, Dudley, and Allen. And their big wins: Thunder Bay, Sherbrooke, and Humber. Those are teams with winning records that are, how you say, in the running to make it to the tournament, except for Thunder Bay, who already made it. And then the big losses is Notre Dame, Western, Mount Allison, and St. Mary. And man, he lost to Seneca. That's a bad loss. That's like that's the worst team, I think, this season. So that doesn't look good. Looking at other notable players on their roster, Harris, who's a junior. Lucas has been fighting injuries. He's a sophomore. And they got Gregory, who's a high schooler. Porter, who's a freshman. Bess, who's a freshman. Curl, who's a freshman. So yeah, that's a lot. I mean, we focus a lot on the prospects, but there's a lot of freshmen that played during the regular season. There's a lot of freshmen, and a lot of them started too. So, and now I would ask for a drum roll, but I don't seem to have a drum roll. The number 1 seed in the Atlantic East region is going to be. We can pretend like we have a drum roll. It's going to be Notre Dame. Notre Dame, the Dons. 12-5. That's a pretty dang good record. 12-5. 3 prospects: Jones and Bowden and Chapman. They too have a lot of youngsters that either starting or gonna play a lot. Elijah Wan, the freshman here. You got, how you say that, Sadowski, who's a high schooler. You got William King, who's a freshman. Dante here, he's a freshman. Then you got Smith, who's a junior. So yeah, they gonna be good for a couple of years, I think. But they just been dominating. I mean, look at the big wins: Sherbrooke, you got Muncher Hall, Mount Allison, St. Mary, Thunder Bay. Only 2 big losses, Western and Humber. But they also lost to the worst team in the thing. They lost to Seneca. So that's what you call a bad loss. So you have big wins, big losses, and bad losses. So, but I think the fact that they have a superior record, and they have a superior record, and they have more big wins, and less big losses, I think, is one of the reasons why they got a first season. Anyway, so as you can see, looking at the bracket here, you see how it all lines up. As you got Thunder Bay is going to be taking on Notre Dame, and you're going to have a battle between Mount Allison and Muncher Hall. Looking at it, if I was to really pick it, because I'm looking at the winner between Notre Dame and Thunder Bay. I think Notre Dame is really good, as their record show, but I think Thunder Bay, even though they was on the bubble, they have the players, they have the horses, I think, that could upset Notre Dame, as well as win the region out. So if I was putting the money down, because I think we saw all four of these teams during the season, during the regular season, I do believe. I'm looking at a potential upset that the number 4 might pull off the upset and might even win the entire region. I know that, you talking about a 4 against a 1, but hey, all bets are off now. It's all about one game, and line up and see what they're gonna do. So I think Thunder Bay might pull it out. I think they might beat Notre Dame, and I think they're good enough to win the region and go to the Big 4 championships. So that's it for this region. We'll be doing the other 3 regions as the committee get to it and make these selections, and we'll be playing, and we'll be starting the tournament pretty soon. Until the next episode, thank you, and we'll catch you later. You have a good one.